you were 10. I think your dad was the coach of your football team at the time, and he actually let you skip football practice to go surfing.
Yeah.
Why was that such kind of a pivotal moment for you mentally then?
This is probably like in 1982 or something, and you know, surfing was probably professional surfing was like 6 years old at the time. You know, I think the first world tour year was 1977. So 5-6 years down the track, it's not like professional surfing is some big potential life to live, you know. I think the person who won the world title the first year made like $2,000 that year in prize money. You know, there wasn't a lucrative thing. It wasn't like going to play football or baseball or basketball. You know, I was a pretty good football player. And those were potentially huge careers to follow. I know, but I was a small kid. I wasn't going to be like some big football player and probably be successful at that. But I think my dad allowing me to skip football practice kind of gave me a green light to go and surf as much as I want.
And your mom would let you skip school sometimes to go
occasionally
surfing as well, right? And
yeah, occasionally.
As context, I mean, I think when you finished high school, you finished 7th academically in your class. So even if you were getting to skip school occasionally, I mean, there was still enough of an importance you put on academics that it wasn't negatively impacting you.
I was responsible with my schooling. My mom would allow us to skip 1 day per semester to go surf.
Okay.
If there was contests, yeah, we could miss more days. And you know, I knew that if I was a good student, my principal at the school was going to let me go and give me extra days off.
So you started surfing around 3 years old. By 14 years old, you're beating professionals that have surfed longer than you are old. What do you think allowed you to become so talented at surfing so quickly?
I think talent comes from it's sort of a recipe. It's like a concoction of things. You know, sometimes people just have good timing. Sometimes people have a natural talent. Sometimes they get lucky. You know, there's all these sort of things that can happen. I think a bunch of those parts of the formula were given to me in my life. So, you know, I think I was naturally talented. I think I was gifted with understanding the ocean, and it comes natural to me. You know, my dad was a real water person. And just growing up at the beach, watching waves, watching guys surf, all that kind of stuff, that became real natural to me to understand how to maneuver on a wave and fit myself into that as if I was a natural part of that energy, a natural part of the motion that's happening in the ocean. So I always felt like there was even now, I always feel like there's a perfect way to be in sync with what's happening in the ocean. You know, people look at the ocean that don't know anything about it and they're like, that's crazy looking. But once you put yourself in this situation, you realize there's a flow to everything.
All right, Kelly, so what should people do?
They should subscribe to Graham's channel, watch more clips from this interview, and
Come on, where's the enthusiasm?
Send him 20% of your paycheck.
Agreed.
Yes.